dangerous promises, secret orders, and new allies. This is Gluttony and Earth. Hello and welcome to the IDL. My name is Nick, and this is Gluttony and Earth. And with me today is a single mom who works 2 jobs. It's Kyle.
It's hard. It's real hard out here.
I bet. 2 jobs, that's wow. I guess in this economy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, who loves her kids and never stops? It's Adam.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Oh, you would stop loving them?
No. I mean, I'm not big on kids, but
okay.
I love my nieces and nephews, so close enough.
Okay. And then with a gentle hands and a heart of a fighter, it's BakaZombie.
I'm a survivor. I once had 3 jobs at the same time. I had to work every day.
That's rough.
I would sleep for 2 hours at a time in between jobs. I almost died.
Oh, they're during jobs.
I was living on monster energy.
I think we've already talked about when I worked at the hotel, I would take naps.
First time I worked at a hotel, it was great because I would just make YouTube videos and play video games with people online. The second time sucked because I would start at the hotel. Well, it's not start at the hotel at night. It's not a great way to start this chain of things. But I would work at the hotel overnight, and then I would drive to the zoo from the hotel to work at the zoo, and then drive from the zoo back to the pizza place to deliver pizzas until I had to go to the hotel.
Oof.
Did that for 2 weeks.
So, I one of my hobbies right now is watching wood turning videos on YouTube, where they take a weird scrap of wood and then dip it in resin and then just turn it into a vase or something. And it made me realize it's a good thing I don't have my own place with a garage or a shed or something, because I would spend all my money on either blacksmithing or woodworking. And I would be poor all the time, and I would just be consumed with poorly made wooden resin vases. So my question is, do you guys have any untapped hobbies like that? If you had access to it, your money would be gone. A lot of people will do this with boats, because that's just a money sink. I think every 6 years, 7 years, I reevaluate my life and remember that I really love blacksmithing. And then I would love to do that. And then I realize I don't have the space for it, so I don't pursue it.
I don't know if you'd consider it a hobby, but I mean, if I had more money, I would 100% do more vacations. Not even international or that far, but just going away for a while. Every month, take a weekend and just rent a cabin somewhere. Again, maybe not a hobby, but my stupid thing that I know I'll never achieve is oh yeah, I'll just take 6 months off of work and hike the Appalachian Trail. And I'm I'm not a hiker. I'm not an outdoorsy person, but that's just
but if you could, you would.
Oh yeah, just the idea of not being around people for an extended period of time. I'm sounds great. Sign me up. I'll be in the woods for 6 months.
Yeah, I don't know where people get the time or money, besides generational wealth, to just be able to up and go on trips. And what about your bills?
Yeah. They're oh yeah, I just went to France for a month. It's what job do you have that lets you take a month off?
Talking about trips, I'm gonna take one this year.
Yeah, you're going to France, as the French would say.
Back to good old Europe. Not much money.
When is that again? So I know.
Around the middle of September.
Oh, long ways away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a long ass time away.
Yeah, it's not near.
Oh, okay, good.
Dating the fucking episodes when we record them.
Yeah, absolutely. Today is February 4th, 2023. You are listening to this at... What episode is this? 38?
No idea. I just show up.
Me too.
You're listening to this a month from recording in March.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. So if you're complaining, I'm already way ahead of you. Will.
Yeah, Will. We fucking saw your comment. It takes us a while to get back to it.
Well, Baka, what's going in your money hole?
That's we got to cancel Bants again. 2
My
episodes in a row, cancel Bants. We need it much further.
favorite comedy is like
consistently.
just dry comedy, and I love dry comedy, and that's the comedy I wish. But I can't stop like from laughing at myself immediately, and it ruins everything. This is why I'm not a successful comedian, is I laugh at myself too easily.
If I had my own place, it would just be a string of things that I put way too much time into for like a month or two, and then
Yeah.
I abandoned it because I do that constantly already. And if I had like my own place to do stuff, there'd be like a garden that was really well done and then never taken care of again. I'd have thousands of half-built enclosures for reptiles that I didn't finish, and it would just be a mess. It'd be awful.
That's exactly, because that's basically what would happen with woodworking and blacksmithing is I'd buy all this expensive shit and then I'd like do it for a little bit and then stop it. Like, remember 2 years ago when I was really big into clay modeling? I realized it's almost been 2 years. It's been like a year and a half. I look at clay stuff again now, and I'll probably get into that for a month. But
I'd probably have a guitar again. I'd probably have like 5 different instruments that I haven't mastered. What a life.
Yeah. I wish I had generational wealth. Yeah. No,
I wish I had regular wealth.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be generational.
Yeah. I meant if I had generational wealth, I'd already have a place filled with shit I've touched once.
Yes. Yep.
I could get on to new shit that I could touch once. So, speaking of touching on only but once, here is the recap for episode 37. We started off back in Dark World, where Darius awakens to the smell of something rotten cooking and sees that Gargak is eating and feeding Deborah as well. You ask him where the nearest town is. He leads you outside and points to the moon. He lets you know that's referred to as a compass and explains where you can find certain towns, and then basically explains to Darius like there's a lot of dangerous out there. There's these creatures known as the Shirton who roam and hunt in these lands, in the swamps. And then Darius pays him some moonstones to bring him to the nearest town, which he decides is going to be the one he wants to out of the 2 that is given to him is a little village ran by a miracle worker named Mother. From there, we are brought back to Fracterra, where, fresh back to New Veneer, Endien is immediately on it, trying to research pocket dimensions, not finding much. Trying to research the Queen Beast, not finding much. Decides to talk to the birds, not a lot of information there. Ildatha shows up, says he's going to stick around New Veneer for a little bit. Talks to Ildatha. He says, I don't know anything. Then she gets a phone call from Martha explaining, so he's not dead, but we've noticed there's a Darius in Fracterra who has a library license. There are 4 Darius in Indigo, and there's 1 Darius in Dark World. That's best they've got. If you might want to look for someone who knows more about ley lines if they want any chance of finding, because they assume it's not the one with the library license because Darius does not have it. Thellum, in the meantime, gets back to his tent, sees some man putting his tent in a bag, saying he's cleaning up because some thieves were living here. Thellum presses, interrogates and finally gets the answers that, oh, okay, this is your house. Fine, you can have your tent back. But the kids are locked up for being thieves. And he goes to the courthouse, the jailhouse, whatever, gets there and is like, hey, you should let the kids go. He's like, no. And he's like, okay, well, I'll be their guardian. All right, pay us the fine. Oh, okay. And he pays 50 gold, gets the kids out. They say that their names are Gilly, Dwando, and John. They go, they live with Thellum. He said, hey, I'm going to get you new clothing. We're going to clean up this tent. We're going to teach you guys to be heroes. And like, oh, also, we did steal, and we stole that horn for you. Let's go grab it. And now he's got this golden filigreed, nice ornately carved ram's horn as well. At some point, he goes to Pazuzu, asks, hey, here's your gem. He's like, okay, here's your powers. And now Thellum is able to concentrate parts of his body at will to help block damage. And then that kind of pieced out, and that was last episode. A hectic time back in New Veneer. A place of respite run ragged by missing peoples and jailed children. But now we're back in a terrible smelling swamp. It's cold. The dominant view of Compass is above. You hear what sounds like chirping, and you hear shuffling through the swamp. We see, hidden in some brush, silently sitting, is Gargak, full of equipment, and Darius and Deborah with him. And in the background, we notice a pack of Shirton. These tall, ram-headed, muscular beings are hunting and wading through these swamps. Gargak looks to Darius and looks back to the Shirton as they're hiding. Darius, you know that you've been told you need to be quiet until they pass. They have patrol routes, and you just need to wait for them to go for things to be good, for you guys to make your way through again. He seems like he's been leading you through kind of a zigzagged path almost, but he seems like he knows where dangers are and where to lurk. So you've been following him this whole time. He's surprisingly quiet for all the stuff he's got, and just how unstable his walking is. It's just been a surprise at how nimble and silent he is. You can understand why he was, with these things lurking, he was able to find his way, to that resting spot in the first place without danger. However, I need you to make a stealth check.
Dokie. Okay. I am going to... it's a 12 to start with, but I am going to use my saving face, because I have my homunculus, I have Deborah, and I have Gargak, so that'll bump it up to a 15.
You have your homunculus?
Yes, I changed my infusions.
Okay.
So
okay.
every time I rest, I can change my infusions. So
okay.
Before we would have left, I changed it. So I have my homunculus, and I have my rapier is a +1 weapon now. So
okay. He's looking at you knowingly, and you're quiet. You glean a look at these Shirton as they're moving through. You can see they are not something to mess with by yourself. You think maybe if it was just you going through here, you could probably try and fend yourself off a little bit, enough to try and escape. But having Deborah with you, it unfortunately weighs you down quite a lot. Mm-hmm. And there's no way you'd be able to do this without being absolutely quiet. Some of the swamp bubbles and pops right next to you, and they stop, and they turn towards your direction.
How far away are they from us?
I'll say they're about 20 feet.
If I have the, reaction, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Shatter at its maximum distance of 60 feet on the other side of them.
Okay, yeah, just this. Once again, so they stop and they look back, and they all start heading that direction. They start running, and they just start going off on their own direction. Gargak's you did. That was clever. It was good work. Let's get going.
I told you I was quite...
What? Oh, go ahead.
Told you I was quite resourceful.
And just to note, these chirping that you're hearing, and it sounds kind of like grasshoppers and stuff like that. These like crickets. It means we're getting somewhere bad. We'll just have to make sure we can get through without getting caught up in its traps.
All right.
And we pan back up as they start heading out again to the full moon. That is compass.
Before we pan away, I just want to see, because I have a thought and an idea. Seeing the Sheerton now, like, have I ever heard of them? Like, ever seen anything like them? I know, like, I don't know where I am, so I'm trying to see if,
give me a history check.
Any sort of placement on that. Cool, that's a natural 1, so...
Yeah.
Which would be an 8, but...
Yeah, this is so outside of your realm.
Okay, just checking.
So we pan up to the full moon that is compass, and we match cut to the sun blazing down on New Veneer. Endien is off to find Eldatha.
He always shows up in my apartment, so that's where I'm going.
Okay. Yeah, you go to your apartment, you'll see he is on the ledge.
Creep.
Alternatively, if you hadn't done that, if you just called for him, he would have came down.
Yep, sounds about right. Eldatha, I was wondering, your knowledge of traveling between the worlds of Prisma and Fracterra and even Dark World.
Give me an insight check.
Let's continue this bullshit. Endien, what's your modifier? Probably a 3.
Got a good wisdom.
Yeah, but I roll like garbage. 9.
I do not have experience traveling between the worlds. Is that something you're wishing to do?
So I'm looking to get to Dark World to follow a lead.
What for? Is it to do with the troll?
No, one of our friends is missing and he takes priority currently.
I see. And you're certain you need to go there?
No, but it's the best lead I have currently.
And he looks like visibly worried right now.
What bothers you?
I'm not supposed to say.
All right then.
It would be reflect poorly on me as my role in the kingdom.
Did you truly come here just to see what the people lived like here? Or were you sent here?
No, I came here of my own accord. And is your friend needed? I know it's... Those with shorter lives tend to come and go.
This is true, but I'm not going to leave him to live what is left of his life where trapped somewhere.
If I bring you somewhere, you will make every effort not to inform the king and queen, correct?
Of course.
I know both of us were both very young at the time. About 50 years ago, there was a... Do you remember the pursuers of Synthoth?
No.
That's probably for the best. There were a circle of druids that came over during the initial crossing from the Green Domain to Fracterra. About 50 years ago, they were exiled from the surrounding royal forest. They, I'm certain, would have knowledge of the ley lines. However, you probably weren't really told about them much because we're forbidden from interacting with them. I don't think are very unfriendly terms. I know they respect the kingdom, but there's just some harsh disagreement between that circle, the pursuers, and the royal family. I don't know. I know them because I fly around the kingdom often, and I've known them in that way since and interacted. It's a shameful secret. I'm sorry, Your Highness. I've betrayed the trust of the kingdom.
No, it's quite all right. Why were they exiled?
It is not information that is in my realm. They have not told me, and I have not learned from the kingdom itself either. They're still within the kingdom itself, just remote deep in the forests. So they're not fully exiled in that manner, but they are not quite within a governing body anymore that they used to be.
Can you take me to them?
Again, I don't know that good things would come if I brought you to the circle, to the pursuers of Synthoth. I don't think they look fondly towards you, but there was one of the pursuers who were kicked out of the circle that I think might be more menial to your plight. I don't know for certain, but I think him as a double exiled might have less interest in both factions and their disagreements.
And where are they?
They are still within the borders of the Court of Four Seasons, but just again not they're remotely. I can lead you there if you'd wish.
Yes, I very much would like that. It's about time I returned home.
All right, just let me know when you're ready, and I'll meet at the northern gates.
I'll see if Thellum can get a babysitter. I'm not calling him. I'm going straight to his house.
Yeah.
I don't care if the kids are there.
Yeah, you get there, and the tent is probably the best it's been set up.
I'm gonna stealth in there. Sneak. I get advantage on this. 25 stealth.
God damn.
Is Thellum home? Or is Thellum in classes, or what's he doing?
Oh, he hasn't applied yet.
Okay.
Thellum's there teaching the kids how to farm.
Okay, yeah. So, Endien, you get there, and you're, like, stealthing away, and he is working at the farm, at the ground, and the kids are, like, all, like, just staring directly at the dirt, like, trying to learn something from this hero.
I'm gonna stealth in, so I'm behind Thellum, and I'm gonna loom up behind him while they're all staring at the dirt. Thellum?
No.
It's a witch! It's a witch! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Thellum, you gotta farm her away!
Thellum just looks at Endien.
She's come for revenge!
He slowly stands up. She's not a witch. She could have called ahead.
I could have. But this seemed more fun. May I have your attention for a moment?
Gilly.
Yeah?
We're in charge for now.
Okay, don't let her turn you into a tree.
I look down at my rock skin. Don't worry, she won't.
Right.
Okay, where to? I'll step off with Endien.
How goes the mothering?
Preferred Yui. Yui just say Yui, and everything would be fine. Did you need something?
I've found a possible way to at least look for Darius. I don't know if we'll find him necessarily, but
I had an idea.
Oh,
We could that place was an auction house, right?
yes.
Pretty shady. The people that we buy magical items are kind of shady. We could try get some info out of them.
Yes, that could work. I've also talked with Martha, the woman that we met with to drop off Yui and Rufus, she said they found signatures of Darius in the 3 different planes. One here, but it doesn't seem to match our Darius, for he's a librarian, which that is alarming within itself, that we will need to address at some point. There are 4 within Prisma, which could be any various versions of Darius, and only 1 in the Dark World. So I thought it might be a safe bet to look into the Dark World one first.
Yeah. That, I feel like the one we would be looking for would be not Fracterra, but in the Dark World, right?
Yes. Go to the Dark World. I have someone who has a contact that might be able to get us there, but it would be a long trip. And I know you have responsibilities now. I didn't want to take you away from if you found that was more important.
I kind of passed down my responsibilities to these kids.
Alarming that you think you can just pass that off onto them.
I am properly teaching them the best to my ability.
I bet
you like
are.
look back and Gilly has like got a rock and he's like, "I'm the hero now. You will grow." And he throws a rock at the farm, like the garden.
I look back at Endien. Can't tell where you're looking, but if you're looking over there, you're a fixer-upper, okay?
How much time do you need to get them secured before we go?
I mean, I could try my best to prepare them, but do you know anyone that would possibly want to babysit?
I have an idea of one,
Works
but
out.
it might be a long shot.
They're still kids. I don't think they can do everything.
Why don't you go talk to the shopkeepers to see if you can glean any information from them, and I'll try to call in a future favor.
Okay.
Okay, we will cut to the shops as Thellum is wandering. There's the Color of Magic, which is like the more stable shop. There's the Blue Flag Antiquities, run by the owner of the gnome known as Pillar Dog Gillikid.
I'm not even gonna try to spell that last name.
Yeah, he usually just refers to himself as Pillar Dog.
Okay, I would go to Pillar Dog.
Hello, are you here for the magic that I can produce? And he puts down a spell scroll.
Well, I would
60 gold pieces.
No, I'm not smart enough to use that.
Oh,
But I am
alright.
looking to see if you could produce some info for me. Know anything about an auction house? In some
Can you-
weird dimension?
Be more specific. In fact, I've been to many auction houses, and that's where I got this. And he puts down a necklace of red beads. 13,000 gold pieces. It's a pretty good deal.
Does a proprietor ring any bell?
The proprietor?
Proprietor?
Of what? The auction house? Most of them do have that. But what you don't have is that he puts down a plate of glass. And is like, "You don't have this?"
I'd rather not have broken glass.
Well, it's not broken.
Oh, you mean a glass made of... Okay.
It's a plate made out of glass. Anything that's fancy, and he like picks up and like spins it in his hand, and he stops it. And if you look at it, and it's just, as far as you know, it's just glass.
Okay, how about... have you been to an auction house that's not of this world? Of this plane?
Give me a persuasion check.
19.
Perhaps I have.
I am a single father. He'll shake his gold bag to make the coins click clack so you can hear. So you have. What have you heard?
1,000 gold.
Oh fuck!
And you can get this helmet that I found in an auction house, not on Fracterra. It's like a lightweight pyramid-shaped helmet made out of like a weird, smooth, milk-colored material. And it's got like small devices set into it. It protects you from psychic damage.
Next thing you know, you're gonna give me a fucking wheelchair. Okay, look, I'm looking for a friend. They disappeared, and the last time I saw them was at an auction house that was not of this plane. If you could please help locate that area, I'll be very grateful.
You got 50 gold on you?
Why are you making me go on a spending spree?
What do you use that money for?
Yeah, what else has Thellum bought?
I bought bracers that cost a lot, and I was gonna buy myself one of those magic tattoos later on.
50 gold that I can give you some information.
Is it good information?
I'll even
Let
throw
me
in a
look.
potion, just to make that a sweet little deal.
I do need a lot of potion. Okay.
Okay, you put down the 50. He goes and he looks at the coins and he's like meticulously examining each coin. And he quickly snaps them away and puts them in a pouch. And he slams down a potion of healing for you. There's rumors that there's this rare auction house that doesn't exist. It's like it's the echo of an auction house, and it's very rare to be found. It's only tales have been told of it. Some say the only way to find it is to worship an ancient god, one that is secretive but evil.
Would that ancient god have a color scheme of green?
No, there's no. I've never seen anybody that's got this god that worships. But they say, and I've seen it before. Maybe 30 years ago, I saw someone with a necklace. It's like this ever-watching eye. They say it watches down at the auction. Make sure everybody's playing fair. They say the reason this auction house doesn't exist is because it's just the memory of an auction house that this eye can't let go.
I don't know what I expected.
And if you really want the juicy details of how to protect yourself, you'd want this. And he puts down a wooden shield with a metal ram on front of it. 18,000 gold pieces, and you'll be protected forever by this thing. It's pretty good price. And if you ask me, any other place you might go out there and it might be 37,000 gold pieces, but here you get a deal. That's the Pillar Dog guarantee.
I'm good. I'm good. But thanks for the info, for the business.
Thank you for the business.
I leave.
50 gold for a potion of healing. What
That's market value.
He was signing for cheaper, so that's why.
Before I message Endien and go back to her to go to her plan, do her plan, I will go back into the ring.
Okay. Probably back at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it at home. He's gonna take my ring and sell it.
Oh, okay. As she catches it.
I taught them one trick. The most important one. Okay. Pazuzu, I lied. It wasn't 5 to 20 business days. It was right now. I have the horn.
Interesting. And you went for something very stylized.
Hopefully, that
Good.
will benefit me down the line.
Perhaps now, as you said, you wanted to know more. and I asked you to bring me this, so...
And he like reaches out for the ram's horn.
I give it
Um,
willingly.
give me 2 things you're interested in knowing related to Pazuzu.
Anything.
Anything?
Anything.
Okay.
No. I'm saying I can say anything.
Yeah. Just give me 2 questions you want to know about.
What's his plan with the item? And
With what item?
all the items I've been giving him. The egg,
Oh, okay.
the horn, the ball thing. I forgot what the ball... The thing I got from the auction house. I forgot what it was.
Oh, yellow fire, the gem, the black gem with the yellow
gem.
fire inside.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so you want to know about that stuff, and then
And I want to know... I already asked about my... I don't know if that's related to him. Fuck. Fuck. What do I say? So I guess the first question would be what his future plans are for those weapons.
Mhm.
Or no weapons, items.
items.
And why I always had the ring, him, on me.
So he takes this horn, and he like inspects it a bit, cleans it up a little bit, and he goes and he blows through the horn. And instead of really sound coming through, smoke starts piling out of it. And it starts to fill an area, space, and then it starts to form shapes. And so like you get these like cloud figures.
Thellum, there is an old tale that those of noble genie kind know, that other genies do not, and it's one that drives us all to some degree. Though it is nothing more than myth, as far as anyone for sure knows. There is a myth that if any of the noble genies are able to collect items that are powerful enough, that represent certain elemental aspects, if they are able to collect these powerful items and take on their power, that they can become what we refer to as avatars. Having control of all the elements in our power, it makes us akin to demigods, and we can do things that no genie, even with our ability to create and grant wishes and contracts, even beyond that, we become power unto ourselves. It's why I was so curious to begin with. I thought it was interesting that someone would be collecting or even know about some old, icy dragon egg. And I was curious about that until we determined Shuruma wasn't after the things I thought, but an icy dragon egg, a fiery dragon from the depths of a volcano. I thought to myself, for sure, it could possibly be that the Shuruma was also of noble genie kind. And after our experience in the hall between the auction house and here, I think it finally reassured me. Yes, I have these items for my own personal use, in hopes that I will become powerful as an avatar. But again, Thellum, that is, you will not be alive when that time comes. You'll be far, far away. I know you don't remember everything, and that was a pact you made, Thellum. But you did promise me, when you die, I would get your body. I can't talk any more, for it would violate the rest of our agreement that we made.
And you see like these smoke figures are like forming these like symbols of fire and water and earth and wind and like this power. Like you see like this visual spectatorship of like these happening and like all this stuff. So like he's showing like a smoky show out of it all.
I made that deal.
Yes. But do not fret, young Thellum. If I thought it was time to take your body, I would have done so deep below the earth several months ago. Live your life as you please. I do not do this out of malice. It seems some residual magic has been poured into this horn. I overdid myself. Maybe a gift for another time.
And it turns to smoke, and he like clenches it and it disappears.
So, what if I do get those items to you before I die?
You already have.
So how come you're not an avatar yet?
I'm simply waiting until you die, Thellum.
What if I don't?
Thellum, I've seen many things in our time together, and I can guarantee death will happen again. You seem very prone to dying. No, I have the egg, and I have this gem which I have confirmed. It's the soul of a nightmare, a fiery demon horse, which I think is suffice. And this silver egg, pure raw energy of cold. And you, young Thellum, a strong paragon of the earth.
It'll happen someday. But please, I've waited many, many years. I can wait many more. Enjoy your lifespan as a Genasi.
With that, Thellum will just rub his ring finger where the ring would be.
Yeah.
And you just poof on out of there, not knowing how to take that info in or respond.
Yeah, it's some heavy shit. Whoa, he's back! Where'd you go? Did you disappear again? What happened?
Let's had a talk. A business meeting, you'd say. It's nothing. And Thellum will continue teaching.
Yeah.
Trying to teach how to farm.
Yeah, until you have to go.
Yeah.
Okay, Endien.
I have 3 people I'm going to attempt to pawn these kids off on.
Okay.
The first is I'm going to Darius's place of employment.
Okay.
To talk with the guy who runs it to see if he needs some help.
What do you want?
Hello,
You're not good at smithing, I can tell.
Yes, I didn't change my proficiency to blacksmith during my last rest. I was wondering if you were looking for some help. Not from me. Not general blacksmithing, but just some smaller tasks around, like cleaning up and things. I have some youth that need direction and things to keep them busy.
Maybe. I think... Yeah, we haven't seen our star blacksmith in a while. Don't know where he's run off to. Disappeared again. Didn't say nothing.
My plan is to go and retrieve him, so that would be part of this. This would be a great help to get him back.
Alright, what are we looking at?
Got 3 kids that would need to be looked after while I was gone.
And are they good at blacksmithing?
I would think not, but they could be taught.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have disadvantage because I'm ugly.
Oh, right.
Oh, good. Still rolling like poo-poo. It's not going to be good enough. Natural 4 plus whatever my persuasion is.
Yeah.
9.
This ain't no babysitting club. If they can't smith, they can't be here.
Right. But
I have enough to do.
All right, but you're impeding the process of getting your star blacksmith back. I'll look elsewhere.
Yeah.
Now I call Rook.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, you're walking away from that place, frustrated. You dial him up.
Rook, I'm in need of a favor. I would owe you one, as they say.
Interesting. What is it?
There are 3 children who need to be looked after while I'm off trying to find Darius.
More children?
Yes, Thellum seems to accrue them while I don't look.
That sounds about right. For a favor?
Yes. You don't need to come up with a favor now. It could be just in the future.
Yeah. Something that picked up later. Yeah. All right. You owe me a favor.
Thank you. You can come and pick them up outside of New Finir. We'll be waiting for you.
Another 2 days are going to go by before he can get there.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are like doing your shit, trying to get ready. He eventually arrives. It's like, all right, get in.
Tell your children that they're going to be hanging out with their Uncle Rook for a while.
Do you just like seek out children?
I wouldn't say it like that because it makes it sound creepy.
Do you just survival check to see where children are?
No. I turn to the kids. Okay. Being your best behavior, you guys. I'm gonna go somewhere. I don't know how long. But he looks at Rook. Plugs back. Uncle Rook will be taking care of you. Be nice. Follow what he says. No stealing. Yeah, you guys are good.
Yeah, you guys load up the kids. Rook's like, right, we're gonna go see some big scary animals. Gonna go train some really ferocious things into petable things. So come on, get up. I'll show you the rooms. All right.
You're safe, right?
I somehow feel better them being with Rook than with Leoric, which was my third option. Well, Martha, but all the same. We should be going.
Where are we going?
We're going to my homeland.
Oh.
I assume you're around, Ildatha?
He said he was gonna meet you at the northern gate, and he's actually
cool.
just been not around you. Also, you would have noticed he's not around you earlier than that.
Yeah, alright. Go to the northern gate. I have my sword with me. The king's sword. Because I don't always bring it, but this time I will.
Okay. Yeah, you guys go there. Ildatha's in elf form. He seems visibly uncomfortable. Like he's just been standing there for a while. But he doesn't... But Endien would know it's because he doesn't like being in human form or elf form for very long. He's like, oh, all right, Endien. Endien's friend.
Is this Thellum? You'll be traveling with us?
Oh,
okay.
Thellum bows also.
Yeah. All right. And then he will. It's gonna be a while if we're on foot, but we'll make it there eventually.
How long will it take on foot? It's been a while since I've been home.
He flies in like a week's time, so it's gonna take a few weeks to walk up there.
I should have asked for 2 favors, but we can make it work.
It's not too late to get like a ship.
Do you think Trundle is available? Let's go hire Trundle.
Yeah, the return of Trundle.
I don't remember Trundle's voice.
He was just a dude. It's fine.
He had a fucking accent. I remember it was dumb.
Dude knew we said we were gonna hire Trundle again when we needed him.
I know, but okay. So Trundle, you'll get Trundle. He's absolutely fine with working. You guys pay well. You guys did well for him. So he's perfectly fine with you guys riding with him. And you cut out like 4 days of travel.
Unless he know I'm killing him this time.
we're going north. We follow the tracks for a while. Eventually, we like hover over the tracks and get to the other side. You see like one of the trains will go by at some point during all of this. You see merchants traveling. You see just open air. You see towns in the distance as you're going up here. We just cut through these times. Give me like an idea of like, is there anything that Endien or Thellum are interested in, like any scenes they want to happen during this travel time, or are you just hoping to get to destination? I don't know if you had anything you wanted to talk about or anything before we get there.
I don't think anything specific, no. Unless Thellum has something.
So we're going back to your. What is it like a town, a village? I assume there's a castle. You're from royalty.
Well, we're not necessarily going to where I lived specifically, but to the forest that my family reigned over.
It's a large terrain. It's not a large country, but it's sizable, mostly populated by forest. There's different communities that live in different parts of it. The immediate area, we're not going to like the immediate area where the castle is, but we will be headed deep into the forests.
Are you her butler?
No, I act as a kind of assistant to her father.
If you're an assistant to the king, I'm assuming, why are you with the princess?
I'm currently on a permitted leave.
I was gonna inside check that, but I only rolled a 10. Okay. Does your family know we're coming back? Or you're coming back?
I haven't told them and I didn't plan to.
Yes, we're not visiting her family.
I know, it's just if we had some trouble, it would be nice to know we had some support. Are you okay?
Still, I'm talking
to which one?
Elves.
Big, uncomfortable elves.
Are you guys okay? Sensing some tension.
I don't believe I'm permitted to talk to you about it.
You're permitted, it's fine.
We're going into a very tense situation. It's, I don't know the full details, but we're going to talk to somebody who comes from a group of people that don't care much for my family, but they are also separate from them, so it's a whole thing.
Okay. I mean,
The point is, my family probably wouldn't be happy knowing what I'm doing, so we're not telling them.
okay. Hey, Trundle, how long until we get there?
Tell them just trying to make conversation.
I think we still got 9 more days.
Tell them just trying to make conversation. These two elves just constantly dodging his questions.
What time is it?
It's been 5 minutes.
Just outside of the city.
They're loading up onto the things.
Just started up the fan engine to get us going.
Did you have any other questions, Thellum?
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 3 sisters. Oh, were you asking Hilda?
I have 3 siblings as well.
Do all elves come in sets of 4?
No.
No, I think it was merely coincidence.
And all my siblings are different ages. We're not quadruplets.
No, yeah. I didn't mean it like a twin quadruplet situation.
Do you have any siblings, Thellum? I know you don't know much about your past.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Trundle, is it ready yet?
Yeah, so time goes by. You guys are experiencing... It's a very awkward ride. You guys try to do stuff. Eventually, you arrive to the forest, which Endien would be more familiar with approaching this site. You've got the forestry, far, far in the distant background as you're heading up north. There is a set of mountain peaks, but that that's kind of like where your territory ends. And as you go like to the north, like to the northeast, the forest will lead into those mountain peaks, which will eventually swoop around into a more very cold weather region that has like a peninsula that heads west. So there's like a bay between. There's like a mountain range and a bay blocking the forests from these like Arctic lands above. So yeah, you see these peaks in the background, and you're entering these forest areas, and eventually Trundle. What are you wanting of Trundle? Are you guys wanting him to? There's not really a good place for him to stay because you're not really going to a town, so he's more inclined to just head back.
Yeah,
but I just didn't know if you had plans.
Yeah, no, we'd probably just send him back, and we'd find a different way.
Okay.
Because we don't know how long we're gonna be gone for either.
Yeah. So you guys, you pay him, you send him on his way. Ildatha goes back into owl form, and he starts leading you deep into the forest. In fact, it might take you most of the day to get as far as you'd like. You're not even coming close towards the court is. Like you're going in a different direction, like a forked direction from there. Most of the day, and it's Endien. Even though you probably haven't spent a lot of time in different regions because you've primarily been like set to guard the beasts of the royal forest or surround like the more direct surrounding forest of the castle. So like some of these might be like familiar areas as you're passing through. Like maybe you've gone like on a trip occasionally. You'll see there are high in the trees, because these are very tall trees that tend to go up. You'll see like maybe a community where there are houses built up, raised in the trees, like a connected series of tree houses that a lot of like the communities will live in. Eventually you might see like you're getting past like an open patch that a lot of centaur communities live in, and you keep getting further away from these like civilized areas of the forest. And he starts into a grove that is like, it's getting denser and denser for a while, as it's almost like you're entering like a tunnel of forest and wooded and thicket. And eventually it's like getting to be nighttime and darker out. And you open up to this grove where there's more of an open canopy, and there's a light. You see the light of the moons shining down. And I guess, Adam, if you want to explain what your home looks like.
I think it would be a fairly simple. I don't like you had described tree houses, but I don't think they would have a house up in the trees. I think it would be like partially from the outside, it would probably look like a fairly small structure nestled in between some of the trees. Like a very small hut, but also trying to not blend in, but work with the surrounding environment as much as possible, trying to be as least disruptive to the trees and other plants that are surrounding it.
Yeah, you see this nice, simple, plain area, and Ildatha flips back down into elf form. So here's where we've made our destination. I can go see if he's home.
Maybe best a familiar face greets him first.
Okay. Yes, because I do not know how he's going to react to you being here. And Ildatha will go up to the structure and he'll knock on it. Nathaniel, are you home?
Ildatha, it has been a while.
Yes.
A voice coming from inside. Sounds a little bit more muffled than what you would expect from just inside of this wooden house. And then I would open up the door because I know who Ildatha is, so I would open it up.
And what do we see? Who's looking out this door?
So you see a summer Eladrin. On the shorter side, 5'6", a little stocky. They have long brown hair that has like lightened sun streaks in it, braided down their back. Their skin is like lightly tanned to almost looks like on the cheeks and the noses and like a little bit on the forehead. Like they have a little bit of a sunburn, even though I believe it's not the summer months, but they just have this like still reddishness around some of the peaks of their faces. And then green eyes, probably not carrying any of their weapons, but has then a cloak that seems to have leaf and leaf-like patterns on the outside of it.
And you would see beyond Ildatha a homeless-looking man with skin like basalt, and the third princess of the Vilviste line.
Oh, much different than you remember.
Who has grown quite a bit and is partially bark.
Who have you brought to my territory, Ildatha?
I'm sorry for this transgression, Nathaniel. It was a desperate plea from Her Highness, and I knew you were not. I assumed too much, but I assumed you might be more amenable to her plight than the rest of the pursuers would be. I've brought you the Princess Endien Vilviste and her friend Thellum.
And what is the plight of the princess that you need the help of an exile like me?
They seek knowledge of the ley lines, and they need passage to Darkworld. And I knew the pursuers were very skilled in their readings of the land and how the ley lines cross, and that you might be able to help them.
I guess slightly out of character, because we didn't talk about that specifically. How much would Nathaniel know about like crossings into Darkworld?
I think the pursuers of Synthoth, their connectivity and their magic allow them to read the ley lines a lot better, so they're able to find where ley lines are amassing power, and they might generally know of different ways to cross rituals, doorways. If they're able to find, they're a little bit more skilled. In fact, I was going to make this the mission building. But for now, before we get there, just know that you know some way, and we'll decide that when it comes to the mission building.
In that case, then, yes. I mean, I may be able to assist with this, but what? And like now, raising my voice a little bit more and looking back towards Endien and Thellum. What business do you have in Darkworld?
Our friend, we have a lead that our friend might be there. We lost him when we were on a rescue mission ourselves to save some young children, but he was lost during our escape. We got word that the signs of him being there in Darkworld, so we wanted to go there to try and recover him.
Were you going to Darkworld for this rescue mission? How did he end up there? This is not a place you end up in accidentally.
Well, we were in a place, I don't know how we got there necessarily, but there was some sort of pocket dimension or ley line, an auction house in its own plane. And as we tried to escape back to Fracterra, the space around us began to collapse. He did not make it out.
And you're sure he's in Darkworld?
We're not sure. We were given signatures of many places that they sensed him, but Darkworld there was only one of.
He's in multiple places?
There were 4 signatures within Prisma, one on Fracterra itself, but seemed to be the least likely of leads because it had different characteristics to it than ours had. so possibly a problem for another time.
What was the mission who were you rescuing when you lost him?
Some students of an old mentor of mine had gone missing. One of them was his niece. She's lost with him currently.
Well, they're in Dark World. It's a dangerous place. If Ildatha trusts you to bring you to me, I can trust you to perhaps assist in this manner. Come inside. It is dark. We'll start discussing what needs to be done.
Thank you. She'll bow slightly.
Seeing Endien bow, Thellum will awkwardly bow.
They don't return the bow. They just mostly step aside to allow Ildatha and the rest of you to walk in.
As Thellum's walking in, he's going to whisper to Nathaniel, "Do you also have 3 siblings?"
I don't know how many siblings I have.
Oh. I don't know
Is
if I
this-
have any either.
Is this important to you?
No. And he walks in.
Oh, it's also, as you would walk in, you would realize, which is why their voice was more muffled. While, like, the top part is, like, sitting area and things like that, there's then a set of stairs that leads underground into more living space, where Nathaniel would lead you to start planning.
Okay, let's do this. Let's knock out your mission if you choose to accept it. Give me some initiatives.
If Thellum leads off our mission building and he's just kind of along for the ride.
Okay, who got the highest?
Not me, I bet. I got 13.
Nat 20.
Jesus Christ.
I also rolled a nat 20.
Jesus
Ooh.
Christ.
Who is it? What is it?
I have
I have a plus
one.
3.
Okay,
Okay.
so it is Thellum.
Okay, Thellum. Which of the 7? Patron, location, trouble, trouble 2, reward, quest, or extra. Do you want to give a suggestion too? Because you guys are like planning this out together. Like, and he's basically Nathaniel laying out to you guys what is possibly troubling or like what's going on. Patron might be different, as in like it could be like there's something you have to like go see to give you power, anything like that. So think about it a little bit more loosely than probably normal, and just give me what you think, and I'll let you know if I need to adjust it.
I loved how Sharuma popped out of that court. And I've been seeing that new Puss in Boots movie, so many TikToks about that death character. So I want Sharuma to just be a constant threat
Son of a
Ooh,
bitch.
in this mission.
ouch!
As
That's
a
gonna suck
trouble.
for you guys.
Fuck. What the fuck?
So that's one of your troubles.
True.
Yeah, if I roll good.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
No twist?
Well, oh yeah. Nathaniel, what's the twist?
What's a fucking twist I can do to lessen Sharuma coming after our asses? I think if Sharuma's around, they're not aware of like us. They're in the area for some other business or some, like, it's a happenstance. It is not a focus of, like, we're not on his radar in this location at least, or mission, or however you want to handle that.
Okay, Thellum, give me an investigation check.
My investigation is a -2.
Ooh, well, there we go.
15.
That's the
On the spot.
What the fuck?
On the spot. I wasn't expecting this. Oh, interesting.
I don't want Sharuma to be here.
Shuma's gonna eat your ass.
What the fuck?
Nathaniel, what did you got?
I don't fucking know. What do I have to do to make it so that Sharuma's not there?
Well, I can just stuff him in another body and you can get a false sense of security.
I mean, I'm assuming that's one of our troubles.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know. What am I good at? None of these skills. Okay. I guess I'll do location because it feels thematic that Nathaniel would know where we have to go. And I also think it would be fun since we're semi-close to it and you just brought it to my attention and we're going to a world of darkness and where I believe the genies are from. Yeah. So like a nice little elemental thing. It's beyond the mountains in the north. So it's in that tundra area where it would be darker, a lot colder. That's where a crossing is, at least.
My ring is going to be back into use. My resistance to cold.
Hold on. I don't know if it's going to be true because I just rolled this flat when we get to it. So
that'd be cool. A tundra.
It would be cool.
Literally.
Yeah. Okay. Endien, what is the twist?
We have to pass through the court's territory to get there.
Oh, word. Why do we not make these things easy on ourselves?
To make it spicy.
Oh, it's okay. It could all be fake.
Fake news.
Okay. Give me that nature check.
Nope. I got a 5.
Okay.
Could it be in a tundra anyways? Just maybe like a different part of the tundra?
I get to choose it now.
The tundra would be really cool though. Like, it's a really good idea.
We've been to a desert, a forest, a cave.
A cave.
Okay. Endien, give me a patron trouble reward, quest, or extra.
We need for patron. We need components to travel through whatever gate thing it is, and we need to get them from a certain group of centaurs.
Yeah. Thellum, give me a twist.
Centaurs. How do I twist that?
I don't know. How do you twist a centaur?
Carefully.
One of the centaurs knows Endien's past and what she has done with that beast.
She has done. What do you mean?
That beast.
With that beast. How she failed to protect.
Oh, okay.
Protect the beast. I forgot what the beast
Unicorn.
was. Unicorn.
The unicorn. Okay.
And despises her.
Yeah. That's what I would have guessed.
No,
they weren't happy about it.
Badly in love.
Fucking hated that unicorn.
Okay. All right, Endien, give me a history check.
It's a nat 1.
Nat 1.
Oh,
okay, that's
no.
true. That's what you guys know.
It's a 4.
It's a no.
I mean, it's a natural 1, but a 4.
Yeah. So as far as you guys know, this is true. This is what you guys got to do.
If the only true thing is Sharuma. I know.
Well,
You're
Thellum,
the one that put it into the world.
what else can you put into the world, Thellum? You got a trouble, reward, quest, and extra.
Another I'm just joking. I'm not gonna lie. If you didn't specify where we got the components, I was gonna say Sharuma had it.
Oh, what the fuck? Kyle?
Good luck. Darius is dead.
He's like the big bad Kyle.
He is so strong. Endien did 80 damage to him and he was like, cool, great, I'll just leave.
Yeah, he was so scared.
He wasn't, though.
I guess I will try to think on how to make this quest more interesting.
What do you mean?
We're trying to get this doesn't have to be this interesting.
Traveling across plains to save our friend.
I want some
and this
spice.
fucking big bad is there. What do you mean?
Spice.
So spicy already.
Trying to think of everything that has happened to Endien or me, or that something that we need. Extra. We learn more since they're there. There is information about what the new green are and what they are planning.
Okay. And Nathaniel, give me a twist.
There's information about the new green there and what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I thought of something, but I also don't want to reveal that in a mission building.
That's fair.
But it would be so... can I be coy about it and message you the exact details?
Yeah, go ahead. See how coy you can get. I did find my notes. It was in my notes app in the very bottom of a note. In the very bottom of my notes app, the country is called Zerodon.
Zerodon.
That's the tundra country. Endien would know that Zerodon is the country north. It's tundra. It's named after its first leader, a dwarf named Zerodon. It is a very militaristic. That's still not the correct way to say it. Country that is unified by under the leaderships of the dwarves, but contains both trolls and giants.
Oh, wait. No, that's... well, I'll... Oh, no, I think that's been revealed in... game.
I don't know.
You can message.
Yes, 'cause that's where I'm getting the information from. As part of that and what they're doing, the remains of the unicorn are there.
Okay, I can do that. Thellum, that would be an investigation check.
-2. Doesn't matter. I got a 16.
A 16?
Yeah.
-2?
No,
or is it 16 total?
18.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's true then. It's
-2.
true.
Why? We just escaped them.
All right. As long as you slap Sharuma on it, Thellum can roll a gun.
Fucking A.
Nathaniel, you have a trouble, reward, and quest.
Feels weird if Nathaniel does anything for extra quests, so I'm not gonna do that one.
Okay.
Reward. Supposedly the centaurs have something for us. That's our supposed patron.
Yeah.
Even though it's not actually gonna be them. But then there's some the centaurs are after they lost some relic, like important cultural thing in this same area that they haven't been able to recover. So they're looking to, like, if we're going there, they would want us to gather that as part of, like, the payment of helping them, or us getting help from them.
All right, Endien, do you have a twist?
Nathaniel's people have it.
Oh.
Well, shit.
Ooh. Ooh.
There's gonna be a complicated quest.
Yeah, tasty.
Okay. I would say give me either a history. Yeah, give me a history check.
Oh. Could I make a case for an insight, knowing that they want something from where we're going?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Great. I have a better score on that. I rolled shitty on that die before. Ooh, 19.
Okay, it's true.
Spicy.
Good thing I have disguise self.
So Endien, we got a trouble and a quest.
Are you gonna let me have trouble?
Don't give Kyle fucking trouble again.
He's giving you so much trouble on this.
Trouble, make it double.
What does quest entail again?
So anything that might fill a side quest or your personal quests or the mission quest. Or like that, not the mission, the overarching quest.
May I inquire what Darius's quest is? I want Darius to have something with this, since we're saving him.
The box. The box is all related to his stuff. And
I was gonna
possibly
say-
the, like, multiple versions of himself.
Yeah, I wanted the quest to have some answers for Darius's box. Like maybe Nathaniel can know something about it. Does that make sense?
I don't want to say no. Normally what I've been doing is like giving the character an opportunity to earn something from it, but Darius is effectively dead for this mission. And basically you're getting him back after the mission is over. So I'm not sure how to fully
Okay.
add that in.
There's the Dark World holds an answer for Thellum's history.
Whoa.
Interesting.
I like how we also force Nick to be like, work this into your fucking story.
No, I mean that's the point of these is like no, I mean that's kind of like the point of it is to give you guys control over it and like keeps the mission on its toes. Because I have loose outlines of stuff, but I just it's you know.
I don't know how you're gonna work that in. I don't know how I'm gonna twist this.
Give me a twist, but I think I know what I can do.
A twist?
Yeah, give me a twist to that.
A twist?
Give Kyle the last trouble.
There's more of Eileen's notes found in the area. I don't know why I'm shaking my dice. I'm not gonna roll for this.
Oh, this is fun. You've played
Okay,
right
got
into
him.
my trap card.
And there's another bubble there.
I think it's Thellum.
You can get your bubble anytime.
No, we haven't had time.
You're too busy adopting kids and going to school to get your goddamn bubble.
Look, I have not stepped foot back in that uni.
Give me an Arcana check, Endien.
God.
Oh Lord, it's not gonna be there.
Well, it's a 16.
16?
Yeah.
It's true.
Good.
Okay.
Give Thellum something to fucking worry about. Jesus Christ.
All right, Thellum. Give me the trouble.
Ooh. Trouble.
Kyle's
What
faces are my favorite.
What are you thinking? I guess
since there's multiple versions of Darius, would there be multiple versions of us? No. Okay.
That one I can categorically say no. That one's not.
I was gonna say there was an evil Endien.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah, you're with
It's
her.
Endien.
Yeah. Squirrel that away from Darius, though, that he's the only one that's got duplicates running around.
Thellum's last name Ramira?
Ramir.
Ramir.
is someone's last name Ramir?
Yeah, isn't it?
I have Ramira in my notebook.
Ramir. It's
R-E-A-M-I-R.
Eileen.
Yeah, it's Eileen's last name.
Oh,
So it's not
R-
really his last name, but it's adoptively you could refer to him as Ramir.
He's like Madonna.
Why the hell did I write that down?
It's because he's a virgin.
Trouble.
Trouble is that Thellum's a
I
virgin.
already threw out Sharuma there.
Yeah, you already laid down the big guns.
Yeah, so it could be like
Yeah.
a small trouble.
Dark World's gonna implode on itself while we're there.
Like it doesn't have to be like a person or a creature. It could just be like difficult, like terrain to get past. It could be something social. It doesn't have to necessarily be just like another wild animal to attack you.
Yeah, because the monsoons were one of the troubles when we were on the islands.
What were those? I forgot. What were those things called again?
Monsoons?
No, the monsters that Darius
Blizzard?
used Shatter to distract
Oh, the Sheerton.
Sheraton.
Is that the trouble?
Yep. There's packs of them.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be there either way, but here we are.
Just kind of guaranteed it.
Look, I was gonna say something else like Endien's bow rope or something, but
Don't fucking break my
Endien's arm breaks.
Don't fuck with me. It's a +1 bow. Leave me alone.
The trouble number 2 is that Endien's blind.
I was gonna say the twist for the Sheertons are blind and deaf.
No, but Nathaniel, what is Nathaniel's twist for the Sheerton?
The Sharuma and his cult have particularly pissed off the Sheerton. So they are being harried by them more so than normal.
So Sharuma's pissed off the Sheerton?
Yes. So if we fucking avoid Shuruma, like,
Yeah, the weird.
'cause he's
lizard
just like
things will take care of
around.
Shroom.
Like,
Yeah,
we can
yeah, he's-
avoid him.
He's doing something different. Yeah.
I just want Shurima to be a threat. Not
He's
not
already a
He's just a
threat.
threat.
not in our face threat, but like just their threat.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thellum, I need an investigation check.
Fucking I have a minus 2.
You
And you
still got
rolled-
Shuruma off that.
Every one of yours has been correct so far.
We've added Shuruma. You're gonna make it.
No.
No. Okay.
Okay.
12 minus 2.
Yeah. That's false. Okay. So
So
your
we
mission
roll
that
for
Nathaniel
sure.
is able to. It's a long night of planning and talking and discussing as to what could possibly go wrong, what you've got going on. Eventually, Nathaniel's able to give you this information, and we can see how it turns out next time. Get that ball rolling.
Oy vey.
Oy vey indeed. Yes, if you would like to rate and review this would be great. Thank you so much. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your mom. Be like, Mom, let's do a podcast. And she'll be like, not now! And you're like, okay. But then later tell her. That'd be great. It really helps out. No offense to your mother. But if you'd like to talk to me about any complaints your mother has about the way I portrayed her, you can always talk to me on Twitter at Bumblescum. That's with a K. If you would like to know the juicy deets, you can always try and hit me up at IDL_RPGS, or you can hit up your fellow, what do you call people who go to a library? Bookheads?
Nerds.
Patrons.
If you want to hit up your fellow bookhead nerd patrons, you can always chat under hashtag IDL if you want to talk about this shit. If you would like to talk about having two identities, you can hit up Adam at Twitter at Little Growth. If you would like to talk about coming home, you can talk with BakaZombie at ZombieBaka. And awkward silence is really bad. Don't even bother talking to Kyle right now. It's like just wait for the trip to end first. Bye.